Hello. How's everyone today? I am here. I am mostly awake. My brain is a little bit fried because I was studying for most of today. But we'll see how it goes. This is a puzzle game. My brain is fried. This is going to make for quite the experience. But I'm hoping we'll be fine. Doing fine. Nice. I am, well, like I just mentioned, I'm a little bit brain dead. But we are just going to go ahead and see how things go. Yeah. I'm also a little bit tired, but I feel like that's normal for me. But yes, I'm playing more blueprints today. I hope that I'm going to be able to get to make some sort of more substantial progress today because I think the last time I played this I didn't really make a whole lot of progress, I don't feel like. So, we'll see how it goes. I don't really have too much to say today. Yeah, I have literally nothing to talk about for today. So I might just go ahead and get into the game if that's all right with y'all. We gotta find the crunchy core of the house. Crunchy is not the word I'd use, but sure. Sure, we do have to find the core of the house, yes. Well, actually I know where the core of the house is. The issue's getting there and getting inside. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and switch over to the game. Desktop audio on. I can turn my desktop audio up a little bit so y'all can hear the game music as well. And then continue. What did I do with my... Oh, no, that's not it. That's me shaking the 3 different energy drink cans on my desk to try and figure out which one's not empty. Oh, shit, ad break. I forgot those existed. Uh, in that case, I guess I can just yap for a second while I'm waiting for the ad break to finish running. It should only be like 30 seconds to a minute. It should only be 30 seconds, I think. I can yap for 30 seconds. So yeah, that was me shaking the 3 different empty energy drink cans. Well, the 3 different energy drink cans on my desk to figure out which one is not empty. Although this one, the one I'm actively drinking is still cold, so that at least helps. Yeah, anyways, school continues to be kicking my butt quite a bit. Although that's just because I'm approaching final season pretty fast now, and I don't really have... Ad break is finishing. Okay. Woo. I'm approaching final season pretty quickly. So a lot of my time is devoted to either studying or working on projects. So, all right. So I did unlock the outside rooms, didn't I? Yes, I unlocked the outside rooms. That's good. So now I can go over here. I'm on what? Day 4? Day 5? Day 4. Okay. So I'm still fairly early on in the thing. Tool shed, 2 special items. Root cellar, rooms in your house will be more likely to contain dig spots or trading post items for trade. I think I'm gonna go tool shed. That seems more useful, is getting items over getting anything else. The first time you enter each green room, use water to gain 1 gem. Okay. I can work with that. sound effects are really nice in this game. I think I've talked about it last time, but I like that there's not like a whole lot of background music. There's just the sound effects. Like when you're in the house, you hear the clocks ticking. When you're outside, you hear the river and the birds and the sound of you walking through the grass. And I really appreciate that. It adds a very nice atmosphere to it. Okay. Which way are we going? Left or right? Audio might be a bit low. Okay, is that my... You talking about my mic audio or my game audio or both? I can turn my mic audio up a little bit, so it should be fine. Mic audio. Okay, I just turned it up a little bit, so that should help. Let's see. Let's go right this time. Hopefully it's the right way. Okay, parlor. This will get me gems. Okay, now I have to solve a little logic puzzle here. So, I think I explained the rules of this puzzle last time, but for those of y'all who weren't here last time, you have 3 boxes. One of them is oh, there's a key there. You have 3 boxes. One of them is guaranteed to be true. One of them is guaranteed to be false. The third one's a toss-up. You don't know which one is which. And so you look at the statements on the box, and you look at the statements on the boxes, and you use those to figure out which one's what's true and what's false. And then once you've figured out which ones are true, which ones are false, you use that to figure out which one has the gems in it. So in this case, let's start over here. There are 3 boxes in this room. Okay, that one's true. So that means that one of these 2 has to be lying, or has to be false. 2 boxes in this room are empty. That one's also true. So then this one's lying. This box is one of the 2 empty boxes. So it's not empty. So it has the gems in it. Little late, may have to duck out later. Well, welcome anyways. Thank you for stopping by when you can. Caught up on an indie comic called The Power Fantasy. Oh, that sounds interesting. I haven't read any indie comics in a hot second either. Bedroom, chapel, or... Okay, so I don't actually have any coins yet. So chapel's actually a pretty safe bet here because I don't have anything to lose. Let's go. Oh, there was a very loud car or motorcycle or something that just passed by outside. Patio, East Wing Hall, or guest bedroom. I'll go patio. And then I will go ahead and use my watering can to get an extra gem. I don't have a shovel. The shovel has a higher chance of spawning in green rooms. Specifically, if I remember correctly, the courtyard and the... I want to say there's one other green room that the shovel has a high chance of spawning in. But I don't remember which other one it is. It's the courtyard and something else. Commissary, closet, or corridor. Let's go corridor. Right now, while my ultimate goal is still progressing, story about 6 people with superpowers trying really hard not to blow up the world. Honestly, that sounds a little bit like the Umbrella Academy. Greenhouse. You're more likely to draw green rooms when drafting. Yes, I will take that. Although, the Umbrella Academy is much less about... Oh, okay, so that's where the broken lever goes. I will go ahead and use my watering can again. Oh, there's the shovel that I was just talking about has a higher chance to spawn in green rooms. Although, what was I saying about the Umbrella Academy? Oh, the Umbrella Academy is a little bit more about people with powers trying to stop each other from blowing up the world than it is trying really hard not to blow up the world themselves. That's weird. Can I do anything to you? No. Maybe I have to have the sledgehammer. I'm assuming there's an item or a puzzle there that will help fix things, but... I don't know. I don't have whatever item it is. All right, so going back down here to the patio, I'll grab this dig spot since I have a shovel now. Broken lever. That was surprisingly... Actually, you know what? I'm not going to finish that sentence. I don't want to jinx it. Not going to finish that sentence. I don't want to jinx it. Anyways, broken lever. Just as I'm talking about not having the... Oh, there's something here. 5. I'm gonna take a screenshot of this, just so that I have it saved somewhere. Trees found inside will never shade, the gems that shine in night and rain. Why is this in iambic pentameter? Well, it's not an iambic pentameter, but it flows very similarly. The clue you hold cannot be paid with gems nor coins, so toss away. These sheets you find, a worthy trade. Okay. I think this is trying to tell me something about the other places where I'll find these clues. I can see the comparison. These super people, question mark, aren't related and mostly don't like each other, but they're also mostly good, so conflict. That makes sense. I think, yes, anyways, I think this is a clue about the other places where I'll find these sheets. The clue you hold cannot be paid with gems nor coins, so toss away. These sheets you find a worthy trade. Okay. So I need to look for sheet music like this in probably special rooms. So rooms that cost gems, or I don't think there are any rooms that cost coins. Or if there are, I haven't come across any of them. But I should look for sheet music in the special rooms, is essentially what it's telling me, I think. Alright, let's go this way. Secret passage leads to a room of a color of your choice. Ooh. Wait, it's not on the edge of the house, so I can't spawn a green room. Damn it. Wait, actually, I think there might be one green room that you can spawn outside of the... Maybe. There should be, like, a room directory, I think, somewhere in the room directory. Here we go. 13 to 24. 35 to 36. Oh, green rooms. Here we are. Green rooms. Green room dead end. I'm like 80% sure the green rooms can only be spawned along the edges of the house. But I don't have any like any easy reference for that either. And I don't want to waste this room. So I can spawn a red room, a bedroom, a green room, a hallway, or a store. I think... Let's go ahead and spawn a hallway. Well, not really spawn. I don't know if spawn is the right word. Oh, I forgot that I need to write down the pictures, too. Dang it. On a separate topic, I'm surprised at how glowing the reviews for 100 Last Line Defense Academy are. I have not heard of that. I am definitely not familiar with it. Give me half a second. I'm gonna literally just make a spreadsheet for my notes here. Blank spreadsheet. I want blue Prince paintings. Okay, and then I need to set this up set up a spreadsheet with my... Give me half a second. I can switch my... I can, like, make a screen capture for a separate tab so that I can show you the spreadsheet. I just have to drag it into a separate tab and... Alright, window capture. I'm gonna set you to... Chrome. Melody. Yeah? What's up? Why am I getting called? Hi. Alright, this window capture doesn't want to work. Oh, is that the one with, like, the... Is that the one with, like, 100 different endings? Because I know it's a Spike game, and I've seen something with the Danganronpa, or a similar art style to Danganronpa. Alright, so, let's see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... Wait, it's 45, so it's 5 by 9. All right, and then I think each of the paintings in each of these rooms has some significance to it. I'm fairly sure it's what the one letter difference is. I heard someone say they got 55 hours in with only 3 endings. That's fair. I mean, I've got to be kind of honest. It is very bold for the person who made Danganronpa 3 for his next game to be a game with 100 endings. Like, okay, you don't like the one ending I gave you? Here's 100 of them. Good luck, have fun. And, if the creators of Danganronpa and, 999 are teaming up, they're going to be some very interesting endings as well. I'm still working on trying to finish playing through Eye of the Somnium Files before, well, I mean, I guess I have some time, but they're releasing a new, like, installment. So, they're releasing a new installment, so I have to finish playing through Eye of the Somnium Files so it's fresh in my mind. Because I got one ending all the way back when I had first played it, and then I never got any of the other endings, so I'm trying to go back and, like, go through them all to get all the endings so that I have a better idea of what the heck is going on in that game. And I still don't know most of what the heck is going on in Zero Escape, and I finished that one on stream. What was I doing? Okay, paintings. So that is a lock and a clock. So this room, which is, let's go, A, B, C, D, E. So this room is D3. There we go. Okay. No series for me. You get one game to last you forever. Yeah, honestly, I'm not sure whether I admire the dedication or I'm terrified of the dedication. Hallway doors are always unlocked. Cost 2 gems, but that means that the Great Hall will, if I get the Great Hall later, that'll always be unlocked. That's really useful, even if it's going to cost me all of my gems. Lord William Epson. Baron Thomas Sinclair. I feel like I should be, like, putting on a British accent when I'm reading these. Major Nicholas... That was not a British accent. Major Nicholas Key the Fourth. That's also not a very good British accent, but I think it's about as good as things are going to get today. So that is a tree and a match. That is a match, right? It's not a key? That is a match, yes. Okay, so tree and a match. A pine and something? One thing I don't think gets appreciated enough about Danganronpa is that it deconstructed itself to death. I mean, that's part of the reason why V3's ending is so unpopular, is because it's entirely about deconstructing the premise of the series. And it doesn't exactly make the player feel good about it either. It's sort of, I mean, it's not really a blame game at its core, but V3's ending does sort of blame the player for playing the game in this idea of that you're contributing to this endless cycle of killing games. Okay. Imagine a tree. Flame and no. Pine and something maybe? Don't think I've ever seen a series Ouroboros itself to its most to its most natural conclusion. So for that, I think it should be appreciated. Oh, no, I think it's definitely a very fitting way to end things. Although Zero Escape, well, the Zero Escape series, not just 999, but the series as a whole, does also sort of Ouroboros itself, but it doesn't do it to its conclusion. The fact that it's Ouroboros itself is a key part of the story versus where V3 isn't, or versus where in Danganronpa the Ouroboros Ouroboreal? Is there a word for that? Just the cyclical nature of it. The cyclical nature of it is only really relevant to V3, not necessarily the entire series at large. But yeah, my point being, if the person who made Danganronpa, the person who made Zero Escape have teamed up for a game, that's going to be one hell of a game. Uh, what does this mean? It's a match. All right, so words for tree. Pine, evergreen, uh, and a person holding a match. I don't know what the... Okay, I'm just gonna put this in my spreadsheet and try and... Each installment after the first one went, wait, wasn't that thing where we went through a bunch of bullshit? I mean, honestly, fair. Okay, so this one is a match and a tree. I'm not sure what the letter is for that one, but I'm going to fill it in on my spreadsheet anyway so I can figure it out later. Count Isaac Gates. Baron Edwin Sinclair. J. Ariana. All right. I don't have any gems, so let's go pick up the den, I think. That's locked. I don't want to have to use a key this early if I don't have to. They're both locked. Okay. In that case, I'm going this way. Terrace screen rooms don't cost gems to draft, but then that locks my progression this way. Aquarium or servant's quarters? I don't want to spend my gems, so I guess I'm going terrace. Oh, and I can get an extra gem from the watering can. That's good. There's coins there. That's useful. And no dig spots out here, which is unfortunate, but... That is kind of the nature of this game, is never finding what you need to find. The difference being 2 went, yeah, there was some plot holes here, and V3 went, yeah, no, this whole thing was pretty dumb and fucked up. I want to do something else. I mean, honestly, fair. It's... Especially in V3, okay, I'll go Cloister, I guess. Oh, there's a dig spot there. Can I dig that dig spot? No, I can't. There's a door there. If there's a dig spot there, there's got to be some way to get there. Okay. How do I get in there? Let me get in there. I want that dig spot. Is there like a secret hidden switch on the wall or something? I don't know how half the stuff in this game works. There's nothing there. Let me in! What do I have to do? There's nothing unusual on the walls. Nothing unusual on the pillars as far as I can see. This is me checking each section religiously, trying to find where the switch is that lets me in there. Because they wouldn't put a dig spot in there if you couldn't get there. Back to 100 line. I'm surprised because visual novel likes don't review well. I'm glad it's being liked. Is a way to put it. I mean, how long has it been out? Because depending on whether or not depending on how long it's been out, people may just not be finishing it before reviewing it because there ain't no way you can get that many endings in that little time. How do I get in there? There's gotta be something I'm missing here. Huh? That let me click on something. What did that let me click on? Okay. What did that let me do? Okay. And then I do this one. I told you there was a way to get in there. It's out tomorrow, but someone has done a time to complete for it already, clocking in at 220 hours. Oh my god. Whoa. There's something here. An allowance token. Your allowance has been permanently raised by 2 coins. Nice. And then what's this? Mr. Nogula, or Nogula, If you are reading this, it seems the day has finally come and the cloister is at long last getting some much overdue maintenance. I have left you a literal token of appreciation to serve as positive reinforcement, which should grant you a bit of extra spending money each day while working on the estate. We have learned from our dealings with your predecessor that it is much cheaper in the long run to be generous. Okay. I knew there was a way to get in there. Time to beat was either 110. That's still a truly absurd number of hours for a visual novel. Well, visual novel, like, if it's probably not like pure visual novel, but that's still a truly ridiculous number of hours. Also, hi Pibby. I'm playing puzzle games. Do I know why I'm playing puzzle games? No. But I am playing a puzzle game today. I read a review of this that was written to be spoiler free that called the game basically a giant puzzle box. And I thought that sounded interesting. Okay, coat check. That seems useful. Or closet. I'll go coat check. I don't have anything I want to check right now. But I think when I eventually most likely get stuck somewhere, it'll be useful. Alright, storeroom, spare room, or nook. Let's go nook, I guess. That'll get me a key, which is kind of important. Closet, bedroom, or guest bedroom. I don't want to lock my forward progression, but at the same time, there's not much else I can do other than go back to the other door and get it that way. But now I have a reroll dice. I forgot to pay attention to the paintings! Isn't your brain fried? Yes, my brain is fried. My brain has long been fried. I think the original pitch for Danganronpa Distrust was planned to have 100 endings, so Kodaka gets to do it for real this time. That is terrifying. I genuinely cannot imagine a Danganronpa game with 200 endings. Or 100 endings. That's just terrifying, thank you. Okay, so that, there's a... that looks like a cliff, maybe? A cliff and a tag, a 10? A label, maybe? Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Alright, so what room am I in? I am in... Let's see, so that's B, 1, 2, 3, 4, B4. A cliff and a tag. I'm not sure what the words I'm looking for that one are, but I also have to pay attention to the paintings in here. All right, so that is a garden and a pilot. Oh, stretch and hydrate. Both good ideas. I am usually not very good with word puzzles. So this is a little bit tricky. I see a lot of Kodaka in what I've seen of the game so far, so I can't wait for Uchikoshi to info dump about what he read on Wikipedia in the visual novel bits. So real. So real. I'm getting flashbacks to playing 999 and just having a random character info dump to me about something that is absolutely not relevant to the scene, but is weirdly relevant to the overall story. There's also a rook on the bookshelf. That's probably important. All right, and then give me a second while I make another. Well, all right, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have a spreadsheet open for this. For literally like any notable clues I find, and for the hey, have you heard about Ice 9? We're in a defense academy. Please just give me food. Trying to remember, 999 is like, hey, have you heard of this ice that's never melt this ice that doesn't melt? And I'm like, we have more important things to worry about at the moment, June. Okay, so there's a rook on the bookshelf in what room is this? This is B 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is B5. Okay, and then the paintings in this room are a garden and a pilot. Captain? An aviator, maybe? All of my 999 collection notes are labeled under morphogenetic fields. Yep. And again, it's the kind of thing that, like, it's the kind of thing that like, they, like, info dump it on you fairly early in the story, so you're like, okay, that's a cool fact. And then by the time you actually get to where it's relevant, it's entirely gone. At least for me, it was. Like, by the time I actually got to, like, something like Ice 9 being relevant, it was just gone. There was, no thoughts, just escape room puzzle. Okay, so this one is a garden and a pilot. I am not sure how that's relevant. I'm gonna have to figure that out. Well, okay, so I know that this puzzle, the puzzle with the paintings, has to do with, the puzzle in these paintings has to do with there should be one different letter between the two words. But I don't know what the thing is. The words aren't necessarily obvious. Like, to me, I'm reading this as garden, but it could also be just something like lot. And, like, I'm reading this as pilot, but it could be aviator, it could be captain, all that sort of thing. So yeah, I don't know. I got nothing. All right, we are going back to the cloister. Isn't that a Pokemon? I'm like 80% sure that's a Pokemon. If morphogenetic fields come into play at 100%, I'm fully gonna cry. Honestly. Mood. I think if I ever play a game with with morphogenetic fields being relevant in it, I am just gonna go into flashbacks. Correct, it is a Pokemon. Okay. Food for sale. I don't want to waste the gems, but I kind of need places that are going to take. I need rooms that are going to take me places. All right, I can buy a banana, a club sandwich, or tomato soup, +5 for every red room in your house. I don't have that many red rooms. Uh, I have one red room. So I might come back and buy that later, but not now. That is locked, because of course it is. Aquarium, hallway, or spare room? Hallways are always unlocked in this, so I'll go hallway. Because I have the foyer, or the foyer, or however you say it, I don't know words. Hallways should always be unlocked. Yes, sweet. All right, bedroom, that goes down. Pantry goes up. Sweet. And I got a snack. I love when that happens. Wow, player character, have you heard of more? Alright, game's done. Good game. I'm ready to not be playing anymore. I'm ready to go curl up in the fetal position if something ever mentions morphogenetic fields again. Veranda, greater chance of finding items in green rooms, conference room, or storeroom. Let's go conference room. Oh, that's a key card door. God damn it. Okay. Oh. Well. Should have gone for the veranda, I guess. Although that door probably still would have been locked. So, I am off to go find a key. Don't have enough steps for this. I'm gonna have to go all the way back down to get to a door. I'm going to run out of steps. Damn it, this has been my best run so far. That's not where I'm going. I'm going... here? No. That's the coat check. Alright, so chapel to not the patio. I want to go to the parlor. And man, by the time I get back up north, I'm gonna be out of steps entirely. Unless I get like a storeroom here. Okay, so I've got the courtyard. That's usually pretty useful. I was gonna be like, the utility closet's really good, but I don't have security, because in order for the utility closet to be useful for keycard doors, you have to go and like manually turn the keycard doors off first in security, and then once you turn off the power, they'll unlock. But since I don't have security, it's not useful to me. You dug up nothing. Gee, thanks. Isn't that wonderful? Commissary items for sale. Bedroom or spare room? Let's go spare room, I guess. There's something in here. There's a coin in here. What I'm really hoping for is the locksmith, because then I could just buy keys. I have enough money to buy, I think, 2 or 3 keys. Aquarium, guest bedroom, or storeroom? Aquarium. I'm gonna run out of steps. Ooh, key. Yes, okay. A few old coins. Right, I'm gonna see what rooms I draw here, and then I will go and try and get back up to at least the kitchen on time. Commissary, boudoir, bedroom. The bedroom is a net 0 in terms of steps, so it's fine. Commissary billiard room. I will grab the billiard room because that'll guarantee me a special key. Apropos of nothing, I've been seeing some clips of Batman Ninja versus the Yakuza League. I have not heard of that at all. I forgot to pay attention to the paintings again. Okay, so, that's, a crowbar and a prayer? I mean, that's definitely a crowbar. Speaking of Batman comics... I'm sorry. Let me solve the puzzle here at least. Okay, so 3 and 2 is 5, and 4 is 9. 3 and 8's 11, minus 11 is... Wait, no. Oh, that's 19, that's not 3. All right, 19 and 8 is 27, minus 11 is, all right, so 27 minus 10 is 17, so that's 16. 20 minus 10 is 10 times 2 is 20. 3 minus 2 is 1 times 15 is 1. Or 15. It's not 1. It's 15. Silver key. Sweet. Alright, now I just have to hope and pray that I have enough steps to get where I need to go. Dining room. No. Dining room's not any use to me right now because I haven't reached rank 8. But I am going to grab the coins because those are kind of useful. And the extra key. Something tells me I'll need that. Nothing else in here? Okay. Now I hope and pray I have enough steps to get back up to the kitchen. And that I don't make any wrong turns on the way. Okay, so I have 10 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Going to lose a coin in here, but that's fine. Alright, and then I'm going cloister to kitchen. Is the kitchen? Yes, it is. Sweet. Alright, I need to know how many red rooms do I have? I have 2 red rooms now. So I can spend 8 for 15 or 5 for 10. 8 for 15 is better value. And then I'll buy a banana for 2. So the Bat family gets sent to feudal Japan with alternate history versions of the League. Also, the crowbar showdown. There's a reason I apologized right after. That was maybe a little unfortunate. But it was kind of funny. So I'll use my silver key here and go for a hallway room if I can. Damn it. Dining room will have to do. I've hit rank 8 now, so I can at least come back and grab this if I need the extra steps, which I'm hoping I won't, but I probably will. I was hoping to get the Great Hall, but... Passageway, drawing room. Okay, passageway is guaranteed to be unlocked, but that's going to be extra gems. Versus where drawing room... No, because drawing room will block off my progression, and I need to get to the south door. They gave Superman a leather jacket and pompadour, and named him Kuraku Man of Steel. Okay, so I need to go this way. Since I got the foyer earlier, this is guaranteed to be unlocked. Dark room. You cannot see floor plans while drafting in this room. That's fine. I don't need to see floor plans. Because I know exactly where I'm going. I am gonna grab, I think, the furnace up here. Because it'll have a dig spot in it. Key. Sweet. Okay. Moving right along. I feel like getting here on day 4 is very, very good for me. Alright, so I do want the observatory so I can get I can add to my constellations. Day 3, I get 3 steps. Nice. Barry, the Fleet of Foot, becomes a full anime villain. It's kind of awesome. That is awesome, actually. Okay, so there's a knight in here. I should probably write that down as well. What room is this? This is D3. Okay. I forgot to take note of the stupid things again. Okay. So D3 has a knight. No, it's 1, 2, 3. I forgot to pay attention to the paintings again. Okay, so that is Flan? Flan? I don't know how to say that. Alright, oh, Flan and Fan. That one's easy. So this one is an L. I'm pretty sure the art changes based on the location of the room, so I think the intended message will stay the same regardless of what day I finally figure it out on. That's a secret compartment. I found a secret. I love when I find secrets. Okay. So I've got to move this. My guess is I've got to turn it so that it'll come over this way. Is this one height or is this one... Okay, so this one is rotation. So my guess is I've got to turn it a couple times so that I can, like, get it probably up here. Yeah, I can turn it this way, assuming it'll let me. Okay, is that as far as it'll go? That is... Okay, that's too far. So... There, and then I'll probably have to mess with the angle a little bit to get it where I need it to be. Alright, not that way. This way. Yes, okay. I feel like I'm getting somewhere. I found a secret. You found a secret floor plan. Would you like to permanently add planetarium to your drafting pool? Yes, I would. Found a secret. Alright, what's through here? Commissary. If you call it a day in the planetarium, gain 2 stars. Okay, so I will draft this, although I'm not going to go in there yet, because what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to see what happens in the antechamber. And then, I don't think the antechamber's... Actually, I know the antechamber's not the end of the game. It's just my temporary goal for now. Because it's, because that was the end of the demo. And if the antechamber is the end of the demo, then there's gotta be stuff after it. So I'm gonna go to the dark room. I'm going to head into... I'll look around here and see if there's anything that sets off the metal detector. Alright, and now I'm going in here. Whoa! Key. To continue up, you must go down. Okay. You found the basement key. Okay. So now I have to find the basement. What do we have that's down? Because there's nothing that goes down in the house, to my knowledge. So, to go down, there must be something outside? Probably? Or unless it's a special door. Key does not fit. Okay, so it is its own independent door, then. I forgot that you can't see what you're drafting when you're in the dark room. Let's go this one, then, whatever this is. That is the archives. That is not what I need. Alright, so I am going to go and I'm going to check this at the code check. I'm going to go check this key at the code check. I have the code check, right? Yes. Yes, I do. What's up here? Actually, so this is the other way I can check, because it might be one of those special rooms that only works at the edges of the house, but it's not. So, in that case, there must be its own door. Commissary, nursery, archive, floor plan. Let's redraw, why not? I don't have gems, so I guess it's walk-in closet. Or, not walk-in closet, it's this room. The bunk room. The bunk room. Would you like an answer to that, or was the question rhetorical? I mean, I want to figure out the answer eventually, but in this case it's rhetorical because I kind of want to figure it out myself. So there's nothing here. I'm looking for secrets. I've read this already, I'm pretty sure. Today is a good day because Simon is at camp and he has not as much fun as my friends. I will not have to share my toys, and I will not have to share my room, and I will not have to share my snacks. Having a younger brother is not as much fun as they told me it would be, but today will be a good day because he is at camp. Oh. Herbie is mean and really stupid, and today is a good day because I threw away his airplane. Oh. I also had more fun at camp than he has had in his entire life. Today is a good day because I got my brother in trouble for reading my private journal without my permission and writing mean things in it too. He also threw my model airplane in the bushes outside, but I got it back, and if he does it again, he will not get to go to the park on Friday, and I will make sure he gets no presents for his birthday. I don't need any presents because I have my brother's book because he won't stop writing about me, and today is a good day because I know he cries when he can't find his book. Even though he is older, he is a crybaby. Oh. Today is a good day because today my brother returns from college and I get to finally return to him the book I took from him a long time ago. Hopefully you find it as hilarious as I do. I honestly have no idea how we survived sharing a room. All things being said, I wouldn't have had it any other way. I still would have rather have had a sister. Congrats on the diploma and welcome home. Oh, that's really cute, actually. I don't think there's any other secrets in here, though. Or at least nothing that I don't need, like a... Oh, little dude! Hi, little dude. Can I pet you? I can't pet him. Oh. Look at him go. I think I've mentioned before that I had hamsters when I was a kid and they both died in very disturbing and traumatic ways. That is a box, a crate, and then earth, model, paint, maybe? Little man is trapped in the Eldritch house. How will he get fed? Oh, you have a point. We need to feed the hamster. Globe? I'm not sure what this one is supposed to be. That looks like either a crate or a box. But paint and crate have too many different letters to be it. Planet also has too many. Wait, doesn't even have a similar structure. It's not paint, it's certainly not model. Globe, maybe? I don't know. Okay, what room is this? This is... E1. One of these days I'll figure out what I'm supposed to be doing. So I'm gonna go ahead and eat this so that it's guaranteed that I have enough steps to get where I need to be. And then, so this one is plan and plant. Okay. So this one is E2 and it's T. Like, the thing about these that's so tricky is the same painting doesn't necessarily always correspond to the same word. So, like, for example, that one we had earlier with the tag with the 10 on it. I've seen that in 2 rooms so far, but one of them the word was tag and one of them the word was 10, which is the tricky thing. It's hard to figure out what word it's supposed to stand for if you don't have like an easy other one. Alright, so dining room is done. I'm going conference room to pantry to hallway. Something over here? No, it's just a note. Okay. Conference room, pantry, hallway, kitchen, cloister. All right, where's the coat check? The coat check is straight south of here. I'm gonna go ahead and check this here basement key. And that way I'm assuming I don't have to... Imagine if this was the layout that stayed the same the next day. That's all I can think of when I see people play this game. That's honestly fair. Like, well, the thing that I tend to think of more is, like, imagine living in this house. Alright, basement key is checked. Good. So now if I run out of steps, or if I get, like, blocked off, I don't have to worry about making it back to the antechamber for at least the next little bit. I'm assuming I will have to figure out how to actually find the basement. But at least for right now, I'm guaranteed to make it, or I'm guaranteed to have the basement key, which is nice. Alright, so then I wanted to go back up here to the archives and see what I can find. I also need to pay attention to the damn paintings. Alright, so that is plane and window. So plane and pane? So L. Why does the locker room lead into the garage? Because sometimes we don't know when our mistakes are permanent, Samantha. I mean, you're not wrong. So this room is... What room is this? Where am I? I'm in the dining room, so E2... No, I'm in the conference room, so E3. Alright, so E3 is L, I think. Plane and pane, like a window pane. Alright, so then I'm going this way, over to the dark room. Can't see shit in here. And then I'm going to look around the archives for secrets. That is a bat. Oh, look at its little face. I know that's meant to be its nose and its mouth. But it looks like it just looks like a little frowny face to me. Oh. Metal detector's going off. It means there's something in here that I have yet to find. Hello? Okay. Oh, there's a key there. That would be what it is that I have yet to find. You've got a scrapbook. Marigold wins literary honor. Popular children's writer Marion Marigold adds yet another feather to her scholastic cap when she discovered on Thursday that her picture book, The Swimbird, had been chosen for the Herald Literary Medal Illustrated Book of the Year. This is Marigold's second time winning the prestigious honor. The previous medal was, of course, for her debut effort. She was no stranger to the public eye even before her literary success. The niece and closest living relative of Baron H.S. Sinclair, Mary began using Marigold as a pen name to free her from the political associations that one might make with the Sinclair family. August 22nd, 85. January 27th, 86. Swimbird author never considered herself success. She confided, "My son was the one that actually got me to start writing. I had always challenged myself to never tell him the same story twice at bedtime, and so as we ran out of books we owned, my imagination had to take over from there." Marigold has elaborated in previous interviews that her debut book, Red Prince, is based on her son and his inflexible love of the color red. A statement that has been held with much skepticism by the many pundits that viewed the book as a rather thinly veiled political critique of the Royalist Party and their unwavering blind loyalty to the throne. Publisher and author detained by Red Guard questioned. Caleb Manning and his publisher Philip White were 2 of 3 dozen names that appeared on a leaked dossier naming them a person of interest in the Trinsdale bombing that killed 4 people last Tuesday. Although no group has come forth to officially take responsibility of the attack, it is widely believed by authorities to be the work of the insurgent group RLCF, who also call themselves the Children of Blackwater. Ruffington Press was quick to dismiss the rumors in a statement released on Friday, maintaining that the popular author and Mr. White were simply victims of an unfortunate happenstance, whatever that means. This would not be the first time that the publishing house has defended a rogue employee. 3 years ago, an associate editor with the company was arrested for criminal conspiracy, though the charges were later dropped. Okay, so we're getting lore here. Marigold drops publisher. Local author and popular personality Marian Marigold has announced a split with her long-term publishing partner, Ruffington Press, citing personal reasons. The announcement came after the arrest last week of fellow author and colleague Caleb Manning, whom Marigold has past referred to as her mentor, friend, and confidant. Marigold is the 3rd prominent writer to distance themselves from the publisher this week. Manning and White at a press function. Something were seen at the corner. A suspicious bag waved down a local May something. This is the 3rd major something since last year. It is anticipated that something was charged by the Crown. Manning was the last person, I'm assuming the last person seen. The trial begins on Thursday and is expected to last up to 7 something with grand treason. No trace is discovered of Cinca heiress, but search continues. Mary Matthew Jones, the author and illustrator whose fanciful stories are written under the pen name Marian Marigold, was last seen by a close friend around 3:45 p.m. Friday getting into a carriage after a late luncheon date at the 100 Bells Tea Room in Trinsdale. Miss Jones never arrived home, and the carriage driver cannot be located. Family and local authorities are very concerned, but have not deemed the case foul play. It's an out-of-character incident at this point, and we are seeking information. Okay. Priceless jewels stolen in dramatic Royal Museum heist. Thieves in the royal capital of Fen Ares, I think I said that right, have broken into one of the Crown's fabled closed exhibits. These lavish rooms have historically been reserved exclusively for the use of the aristocracy and high peerage, and access has never been granted to those outside noble circles. At least not until today, as local police and forensic experts have been spotted in virtually every corner of the museum grounds dredging for clues. The museum authorities said they were alerted in the middle of the night by reports of several masked intruders seen breaching the south wall and brandishing firearms. The intruders broke into the museum, subdued the royal guard, and disabled the security system. By the time the militia arrived on the scene, the burglars had simply vanished. Although an official registry of the lost jewels has not been publicly announced, among treasured artifacts rumored to be stolen is the renowned ruby crown of Orinda Ares, the priceless crown jewel whose material worth pales in comparison to the historical value. If these rumors are true, the evidence may suggest that the theft was politically motivated. Damn, okay, that's a... Are they implying that she stole the jewels? Because it was several months difference in time between when she went missing and when the jewels went stolen, right? February 87, September 2nd, I'm also assuming 87. Huh. Okay. So that's definitely implying that she stole the jewels, but... or that her kidnapping is somehow related to the theft of the jewels. But I don't know exactly how to... Alright, I was looking for paintings. There's a bat here. Paintings, nothing here. Paintings, a bat, and a boat. So this one is an O. Alright, so this is B2 is O. Okay. Alright, we go in up, down, or left. Let's go. This is the closest door. Let's go this way. That's locked. What if we go up here? That's locked. What if we go over here? That's also locked. Okay, so I can only pick one. Oh, I completely missed that there was an ad break, apparently. Sorry. Alright, you know what? Let's go up. I feel like up is the most interesting direction. Laundry room, pool, adds locker room, sauna, and pump room. I don't have any gems. Well, I guess I'm going for whatever this one is. The lavatory. Okay. Well, at least I can get the paintings in here, I guess. I don't actually think there's anything valuable in here beyond the paintings. Or if there is, I'm not sure what it is. I mean, there's got to be a reason that this is a red room. Because isn't the whole concept behind the red rooms that they offer buffs but also debuffs? Is there, like, something interactable in here? Huh. Is there really not anything in here other than the paintings? A plane and a lamp? Flight and... oh, flight and light. So this one is an F, I think. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. I should probably do that. That's a good idea. Why is Twitch showing on my screen? That was meant to be my window capture. How long has that been working? Of course, it's not showing the right tab either. It's fine. I turned it off. It's not like it's gonna dox me or anything. Alright, I need... flight and lights. So this one is L. What room is this? This is B1. Okay. Sorry, I don't know how long that's been, like, blocking the game footage. Okay, water. Water's important. I gotta hydrate. Okay. Now that I'm hydrated and I have my stupid window capture turned off. It was meant to be there so y'all could see me taking notes, but obviously that did not work out. Are there paintings in here? If there are, I can't see them, so. Moving onwards. Are there paintings here? No, there are not. Alright, so I'm going to check the paintings in some of these rooms a little bit more, and then I'll have to plan out how far I can afford to get from the... I want to try and end my day in the planetarium so I get the star bonus. Well, I had to do nothing. It was funny to look at the Twitch settings. Now I'm sad I'm going to go to bed. Oh, sorry. Well, good night. I hope you sleep well. I'm not really mad. I'm just a little flustered. Three, four. So now this is 4. 5. I forgot to check for paintings. It's fine. I'll check them on my way back. Okay, and there wasn't anything in the cloister, so I will just check these ones. Plane and planet. So this one's a T. Where am I? I am C. 1, 2, 3, 4. C4 is T. That is a stage and a stag. So this one is E. What room is this? This is D4. E. Then in here is coat and coast. So this one's an S. This one is an L. Then yes, I'm going into the hallway. Did I check the bunk room paintings already? Yes, I did. Alright, so I'm going planetarium. Or, no, observatory is this one. That one is Flan versus Fan, so this one's also an L. I did double check that, right? Where am I? Okay, what room am I in? I am in... D3. I need my browser. This one is L. Okay. Oh, it's kind of pretty in here, actually. Can I interact with this thing at all? Maybe if I mess with the dials or something? Because it looks like there's a scope up there, but I can't do anything with this at the moment. Star schedule. Survey of constellations observed at the Mount Holly Observatory. I am going to screenshot this, actually. This seems valuable. Then other notable night skies. 29, first appearance of both Diamondus major, minor and major in the same sky. 40, seven different constellations appeared in a single night. 50, new constellations spotted. Okay, well, if I ever make it to 50 days, I guess I have to make sure I draft the what's it called? The observatory. All right. I did store the basement key, right? Yes, I did. Okay. In that case, I'm going to go ahead and call it a day. And then my next priority is finding the basement. Although I am going to take a quick break and go grab some more water first before I do that. Garden Manor of the Dead. 6 green rooms, 12 dead-end rooms. Damn. Total rooms 34, rank reached 9, steps taken 107, items found 8, new rooms 8. Okay. So I am going to save and continue, but first I am going to take a short break and go grab some more water. I will be right back. I'm back. Sorry for taking so long. What was I doing? Okay, so I need to figure out what is up with the basement. So, I think I didn't find anything or I haven't found anything in the house so far that goes down as opposed to up. But there are a couple of paths outside this way that might be useful. Oh, there's a door there. I turned my mic back on, right? And the game audio back on? Yes. Okay. I can't do anything with this door at the moment. Right, this gate is locked. But I can go explore over here. I wonder what the fountains do. They might just be decorative, but... Knowing this game, nothing is ever entirely decorative. Things are just are. Alright. There is another door here. This seems like it could be important. Although I don't exactly know how to unlock it at the moment. That is my tent. Due to the rules set forth in your great uncle's will, you're not allowed to stay in the estate overnight. Luckily, however, your scouting skills have been put to good use to fabricate a very respectable off-site sleeping quarters. You may call it a day at any time from the blueprint menu. Tab to return to the campsite. Okay. There is over here. I don't think there's anything here. Pretty pebbles, though. There's a little trail here. And nothing that I can do here except go up. This way. That is... I need the code for that. I don't have the code for that. I bet you it's hidden on a document somewhere inside, though. Alright, so there's nothing this way, but I've got two other places I can look. There's the stairs over here. Yeah, there's the stairs over here. That's downwards. That's probably something. Okay, so nothing here. That looks like it might be something like the garage, where I have to draft a room in the right place to open it. But I don't know how, given that it's at the front of the house, it's not at the side of the house like the garage was. Oh. There's walkways in the side of the mountain. If that's what it means by going down, I have no idea how to get down there. Oh, hydrate. Thank you for the hydrate. Sorry. Okay. I have no idea how I'm supposed to get all the way down there. Maybe there's like a secret elevator or something? I don't know. Maybe there's a secret tunnel. Secret tunnel. Wait a second. Talk about timing. Secret tunnel through the mountain. It's really dark in here. I can't see anything. Oh, there's just a wall of boxes there. Okay. There's a torch on the wall. I maybe I need maybe I need an item? I probably need an item. But at the same time I don't think I've run into an item uh that can light stuff, like light torches, or well, light anything in general. So it looks like down here might be where I need to go. But I need a lighter or a match or something. All right, I got one more place I can check. I can check out here with the outdoor rooms. I feel like to leave it up to one room RNG seems kind of cruel, but also this is a rogue, well, rogue light, I guess. This is a rogue light, so I wouldn't be entirely surprised if there is some element of this, like if there's an outer room that somehow leads to the basement. Oh, hello, birdies. Let's see what we got. We got tomb. That's a spiral staircase. If anything leads down, it's that. Okay, but I don't want to go down there until I know what I'm doing, but okay. There's a whole bunch of stuff. There's candles there. Those look like I might need to light them, actually. But I'm not. There's statues. There's more candles here. That is a coffin. I mean, I guess it is called the tomb for a reason. Wait a second. Are these the angels on the stained glass windows in the chapel? Because there's the stained glass windows with the numbers in the chapel, and they all have different angels on them. Well, I guess I know where I'm going next. And also to try and find an item that'll let me light stuff up. Oh, flowers. Oh, this must be the dead guy. My uncle is who he was. Open only in the event of my death. Simon. So here's where it all ends, at least for me. And of all of the picturesque places of this grand estate, I chose this dreary, dark dungeon to be laid to rest. And that dim, somber fate fell upon my father and his father before him, who loved the outdoors even more than myself. They say there is no stronger bond of servitude than tradition, and family tradition? Thrice as strong. These are chains that seldom bend and never break. And I do wonder what plans and prospects of yours will be sacrificed upon the family font of convention. What biography of your own will you forsake to add another page to your father's memories, or your mother's, or mine? In our youth, we are gifted with dreams and ambitions. At our death, we are left with realities and regrets. I think there is no greater sin than to perpetuate tradition that stagnates growth, that strangles purpose, that suffocates dreams. What point is there to live another's life at the sake of our own? Oh, how I wish to have been buried underneath the great oak overlooking the plains, the wondrous woods, and the worldly mountains. And the wild holly that surrounds that trunk, a perpetual token of sympathy laid across my grave. What dreadful tradition is it that dumped me in this sunless hollow? And if, by morbid example, this dark crypt makes any impression whatsoever on you, if reading this letter within these damp halls plants in you a seed of hope, if these words might grant you the strength to bend, if not break these chains, then I would cherish this tomb more than oak and sycamore and spruce, more than the wondrous woods and the worldly mountains. This cold stone room would become the most cherished place in all our domain. I would have you raise a shrine upon this spot to commemorate the moment of your liberty, to tread the sepulchre, sepulchre? I think that's sepulchre, as hallowed ground, to realize that grand gestures can be as effective as they are theatric. And to, in turn, as recompense for the freedom this granted you, commit yourself to be buried here within this mausoleum of dreams, and when the day comes to write your own letter, to inspire the next generation that follows in our footsteps. As is tradition, Herbert S. Sinclair. Well, that's not ominous at all. Totally not ominous. Nothing suspicious about that letter at all. Now, how do I get out of here? There's the stairs. Okay. Let's go find the chapel. Oh, there's something new. Allowance. Master Simon, good morning. It has come to my attention that you have been granted a daily allowance to use while on the estate. If it is convenient for you, I will leave the required sum here in the entrance hall each morning. If there is anything else you require, please do not hesitate to ask. Even though we have all been requested to remove ourselves from the premises during your stay, I can assure you I am still personally overseeing that the estate is at least operating a baseline standard of service that I hope you will one day come to expect of us. Anne Babbage, house manager. Okay. Alright, left, right, or forward? Oh, there's paintings in here, too. That is a queen and an ace? Diamond and spade. Oh, a face and an ace, maybe? Because a queen is a face card. I'm going to put down F. I'm not entirely sure if that's the right answer, but I am going to put it down. We're in the entrance also. It's the center room in the thing. Alright, let's go this way. Storeroom, hallway, guest bedroom. Storeroom. The nook or the parlor? Let's go parlor. I could use the gems. Especially if I have to find a special room for the key. Rather curious wind-up key. Okay. The gems are in a box with a true statement. The statement on the blue box is true. 2 of these statements are true. Okay. So wait, if 2 of these statements is true, that means that you're one, and then you must be the other one. So you're lying. The gems are in a box with a true statement. So that means the gems are in a box with a false statement. Meaning that you have to have the gems. Right? Yes! Nice. There's the chapel. That's what I needed. Okay, so I need to make a list of the angels and their numbers. Alright, so 1 is, that looks like a farmer. So we've got farmer. 2. Where is 2? 2 is a chef or a baker. Baker. 3 is another farmer, but this one has the rake. 4. Where is 4 is a chimney sweep, I think. Chimney sweep. 5 is, where's 5? 5 is the maid. 6 was back over here. 6 is the horse rider. There's a word for that. What's the word for that? There's a word for someone who rides horses. An equestrian, maybe? I'll put it down as equestrian for now. I don't think I need to actually know what it's called. I think I just need to remember which one it is. Equestrian. And then 7 was the queen, the king. I'll put it down as the queen. Alright, I am gonna have to remember to keep an eye on my steps so I have time to go back to the chapel. But as of right now, I'm doing fine on... As of right now, I'm doing fine on steps. Commissary, pantry, bedroom... I'll go bedroom, I guess I could use the extra steps. Oh, I forgot to be looking at paintings again, damn it. Okay, so that one is tie and tier. And this has a pawn in the bookcase. Okay, so what room is this? This is B 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right, so B7 is R. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is R. Moving along. Sure, let's go courtyard. I could use something tells me the green rooms are important. I mean, obviously I know that there's the lever in the greenhouse, but something tells me the green rooms are important beyond that. I don't know why, but they are. Garage or the den. Let's go den. The garage would be nice, but I don't really need the extra keys right now. Oh, there's a coin on the floor. And the gem there. Then this one is a... Oh, card and car. So this one is D. Which one is this? This is the den, so, A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A6. Is D. That looks like something I could open. Can I interact with the... I can't interact with the swans, it doesn't seem like. Yeah, that looks like something I can open, doesn't it? Huh. Maybe this one has a pawn in it too. Oh, I forgot to take note of the pawn in the... There is a pawn in the nook, and then there's a pawn in the den as well. Alright, so... The den is A6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is... There's a pawn in here, and then there was a pawn in the... in there as well. Am I going to have to, like, fill out an entire chessboard? Because I really hope not. That's a lot of pieces to remember. Observatory. Discover less common floor plans while drafting in the library. Sure. There's a coin on the floor there. And that is a vial, a tube. Oh, a tube and a tub. So this one is an E. What room is this? This is A5. Okay. So A5 is an E. Book request form. Books and periodicals requested with this form will be pulled and available the next time you draft the library. Sightseer's Guide to Reddington, Swimbird, The Fixed Stars, History of Arindia, ECW Pump System User Manual, Drafting Strategy. Let's go the user manual. That seems useful. Can I only pick one? I can only pick one. Okay. Reading. The house directory is a great resource for information. If you wish to read more about a specific room in your house, press R to pull up the directory. Okay. Can't do anything with that book in the corner. Can't do anything with this book in the corner. Let's see what's up here. Mount Holly records. Temporal records. Okay, so this is my game data. Total time 3 hours and 36 minutes. Total days 5. Longest day was an hour 18. My average day is about 44 minutes. Steps taken 302, 23 keys, 35 gems, 30 gold. My allowance is 2 and I have 5 total stars. 120 total rooms, 12 bedrooms, 20 hallways, 17 green rooms, 7 shops, 13 red rooms. Then billiard rooms solved is 2, dartboards solved is, or billiard rooms drafted is 2, dartboards solved is 2, parlors drafted is 5, parlors solved is 5. Nice. That means I've solved all the puzzles I've had so far. That looks like something. Can I do anything with that? No, I can't. The view's nice. Mount Holly scrapbook. My first claim ticket is the basement key. My favorite floor plans. The den. Most drafted is courtyard, den, and parlor. Most paid for is courtyard, passageway, and observatory. Most spent time in is entrance hall, parlor, and secret passage. That tracks. Contraptions I've made. Largest purchase was a club sandwich. Most avoided floor plans. Nursery, maid's chamber, and trading post. Okay. Interesting. All right, let's see what I got up next. I've got the attic, the vault, or the archives. I don't have enough gems for either of those, damn it. Archives it is, I guess. I need to take note of the paintings if I can. Well, I have to find the paintings first. There's a pilot, this one is the pilot and the garden. I am not entirely sure what to do with these. And that's what I already had on my list as well for this room. So they stay the same regardless of what actual room it is, the paintings. The paintings are based on the position of the room instead of the content of the room. Which is good to know. That one's locked. What's this one? Observatory, dark room, or... Sure, let's go to the dark room, why not? Alright. That's locked. That's my code check. Excellent. Going to retrieve item. Anything else useful in here? Not that I can see. Special keys, basement key. Nope, doesn't fit. Okay, so this must be an actual door. Gem requirement, gem requirement. Okay, 1 or 2. Let's go this one. That is the drawing room. Okay, I can work with that. There's a key right there. Anything else good in here? Nope, although there are paintings. Stage and plants. What does that mean? What is that? What could that be other than a stage? Theater? But I think that doesn't match with any of the plant words I can think of either. Huh. What would that be? I'll write it down and come back to it later. What room am I in? I'm in the drawing room in C1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. C6 is a stage and plant. What is at his feet? Is that a tree? There's no tree in here. That's bent in the painting, or in the drawing. Whoa, okay. So now I have to figure out what the code is? Might have something to do with the pictures on the walls. Different stride lengths? But how do I figure out what the base length is? Or how do I measure them against each other, even? I don't know. I'm gonna go this way. Observatory, pantry, or whatever this is. Well, I'm gonna go observatory just so I can get the extra star. I've got Diamondus Minor, 1 gem, and the twins. A pair of chests has been added to the entrance hall. Okay. So 5 is the Southern Cross. Alright, so the next constellation's at 7. So the next time I draw this room, it'll be 7. This has got a match and a match and a tree. Okay, so this is D6? D6, I think? There was a pickup icon at the statue. Wait, which statue? The ones in the tomb? Also, sorry, I wasn't looking at the... What room is this? This is D6. So, if I'm going to my spreadsheet... I already have that written down for D6. Okay. And there's a knight in here. Did I have that written down again? Alright, so D6 also has a knight, so that's 1, 2, 3, 6. Knight. Or actually, maybe I should take note of what rooms have the... Because I know the pictures don't change, but I don't know if the chess pieces do, so... Observatory has a knight in it. The Nook has a pawn. And then it was the room above the Nook as well. Was that the den that had the pawn? Yes, the den had a pawn as well. Okay. Alright, let's pick up one more room before I head out to the... Oh, that will actually get me back in the direction I need to go. Alright, so this one has a clock and a lock. I should already have that on my spreadsheet, I think. I think I have that combination written down already. We are... Yes, I have that one written down already. Oh, this at least has items in it. A gem and a key. Good enough. So now I'm gonna head back to the tomb and go solve that puzzle, at least to the best of my ability. That's not the right room. This room. I need to go to the archives. Through the archives to the courtyard. Wait, was this door locked? Commissary. That might be useful. I don't want to waste the steps, though, so I'll... no, because if I need more steps, it's gonna be awful to come back. Coast and... the coast and the tag. With, without. Coast and coat? No. tag, label, 10. I don't know what this one is either. I mean, I guess I'll just add it to my spreadsheet. So what room am I in? I am in the commissary, so B12. B4 is a coast and a tag. Okay. I don't think I have enough coins to buy anything. I'm just short 1 coin to buy a magnifying glass, dang it. Well, I don't exactly have any other doors I can go through, so... And I'm kind of worried about my step count, so I'm going to just head down to the... Head back down to the tomb and grab anything that I... And, not grab anything. See what I can find down there with the order of the doors in the chapel. Or not the doors, the windows. The windows in the chapel. This one's another one where it's hands and I don't know what that would be other than crowbar. And prayer and crowbar have too many different letters for that to be. I don't know. I'll mark it down. This one is prayer and crowbar. Crowbar. I'm gonna grab the storeroom here, although I'm not gonna go into it, but I am gonna draft it just so that I'm sure I have it if I need the extra resources. The billiard room, however, I am going to go into because I know that it'll give me a key. Okay, so this one is pine and pin, so this one's an E. Alright, so that's 10. 13 minus 12 is 1. 3 times 3 is 9. 8 divided by 4 is 2. 7 minus 3 is 4. Times 10 is 40 over 2 is 20. Alright, silver key. That might be useful. I don't know. It depends on how easily I manage to get the... Depends on if I actually get access to the basement down here or not. Alright, so I wrote this down somewhere. Farmer, baker, farmer with the rake, chimney sweep, maid, equestrian queen. Alright, so farmer. Not that one, not you. Not that way. Not you. You. Okay. baker is back over here. And then the farmer with the rake was up here, I think. There. Not there. Not there. Over here. Yes. There we go. Then chimney sweep made a Crestian queen. There's the chimney sweep. I'm looking for the maid. There we go. Then the equestrian. And the queen. Whoa. Secrets. Oh, there's a lot of gold here. That's useful. Each of our journeys come to a conclusion here in this tomb. This floor plan is the definitive dead end. Or is it? Well, I mean, clearly it's not, because I just opened a secret door. Secret, 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 secret tunnel. Okay, there's a bunch of coffins. That is to be expected in a tomb. And a locked door, and there's a statue in there. And part of an underground map. Oh. Oops, sorry, there's some really loud car or motorcycle or something outside, and someone is revving their engine with it. Can I? Yes, I can. And now that door's open. Okay, I'm getting somewhere. I am actually getting somewhere. Okay, there is a minecart. What's over here? There is a... Oh, upgrade disc. That sounds nice. Then another part of the underground map. I might have to Photoshop these together. Foundation elevator, concealed entrance, cliffside exit, minecart, fountain entrance, tomb entrance, torch chamber, rotating gear, north lever. Okay, so the tomb entrance is where I am right now. 5 is the fountain entrance, 4 is the minecart, 3 is the cliffside exit, 2 is the concealed entrance, and 1 is the foundation elevator. Okay. That seems like it's important. And I probably have to light these candles. Don't have anything I can use to light those candles. At least not at the moment. What if I go over here? Whoa. Okay. That's a whole ass lake. Y'all seeing this? There is a whole ass cave with an underground lake down here. I really don't know what I meant to be doing here. That is flooded. I cannot go that way. So I think there must be another way I have to go, or something I have to do with the water levels, maybe? I don't know how I would do anything with the water levels. I haven't found a room that does that yet. Alright, so I'm going back this way. I'm gonna go out of the tomb. And I'm gonna go see what's over here. Alright, we got all sorts of old barrels and stuff, and... Whoa. This looks important. Except I can't do anything with it because this bridge thing is at the wrong angle. I'm assuming it rotates because it's got all of the doors around it, but I don't know what to do to make it rotate. Can I push this? No. Can I pull it? Yes. Alright. So I can't get around this now, but I bet you whenever I find where this other entrance is, because there's got to be another entrance, because I can't get to the other side of the lake, but there's obviously something over there, and I can't get to the other side of this, but there's obviously something there. So there must be some other entrance I need to find. I am running very low on steps. Shit. Okay, I need to get out of here. And hopefully get back to the code check, which is all the way up there. I'm not gonna have enough steps, god damn it. No! I'm gonna have screwed myself over by being too ambitious. I am never going to manage to get up to the damn thing again. Damn it. Rip. Yeah, I have got 5 steps. There ain't no way I'm making it all the way back up to the code check in 5 steps. I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It would be my fastest route. Dang it. Can't believe this. Well, I can go in here and grab this stuff. And then I can unlock I can at least unlock these chests here. Oh, this has paintings in it. Bridge and Bride. So this one's a G. What room is this? This is C8. So I have 2 keys, at least I can open these chests here. More keys, okay. More coins. Not exactly what I need. I was too ambitious. I knew it. Rev. God damn it. I was doing so good, too. Well. At least I made a discovery? I have time for one more day. God, that's frustrating. I finally had everything I needed. It's fine. We're fine. We're progressing relatively quickly in the grand scheme of things. You have 21, they give you 21 days to get to the room 46. So we are doing relatively well, all things considered. Let's go this way. I forgot to get my outside room. It's fine. That's steps wasted. I don't know if I'm being, like, overly conscious about my steps, but at the same time, they're one of my many limited resources, so I'm trying to be smart with how I use them. Alright, let's see. Tool shed, shrine. Let's go tool shed. I got a hammer. And a... what is this? A lockpick kit. Okay, that's convenient. That's very nice. Alright, so I am going to focus on progressing north again, I think. Is going to be my focus rather than exploring rooms, just because I need to get that key again. Okay, there's a pawn in here. Did I already take note of that? Okay, so... I did take note of that, but it's in a... there's still a pawn in the den, even though it's in a different position. So they've got to be room-based instead of location-based. Coat check, well. I'll go observatory. The coat check doesn't do much for me unless I'm, like, actively... Alright, stag and tag. So this one's an S. What room is this? This is... DE5. Or not E5, E9. Why am I going up here? I need to be over here. Farmer's apple. Apples are extra delicious today. Okay. That's somewhat reassuring. Let's go spare room, I guess. Kitchen, corridor, or parlor? Let's go parlor. If I can, I want to try and save the corridor for later in the house when it's more likely, when the doors are more likely to be locked. Alright, what's going on with the paintings in this room? You are... a mountain and a pot of peas. Oh, peak and pea. So this one's a K. What room is this? E7. I didn't pay attention to what the paintings were in here. Alright, so that's blank. The gems are in a box with a statement. The gems are in the black box. Okay, so that's... one of y'all has to be lying. If I assume you're lying, that means the gems are not in the black box. And you're true, which means they're in the blue. If I assume you're lying, then you also have to be lying. Wait, okay. So if I assume you're lying, that makes you true. The gems are in a box with a statement, which puts it over here. If I assume you're lying, that the gems are in a box with a statement, then that would mean that you do have to be true because... Okay, so they can't be in the black box and they can't be in the white box, which means they're in here. Yes. Okay. Sweet. Drawing room, chapel, or hallway. Let's go drawing room, I guess. This one has the clock and the lock. I have that one already. Okay. Alright, you go down. I can make... I'll redraw. I'll take the storeroom. So key, gem, coin. Good. Alright, now going up. Gives me the kitchen, closet, or corridor. I'll redraw. Laboratory, hallway, or chapel. I'll go hallway. This one is the match in the tree. I have that written down already. Okay. What's over this way? This way? Yeah. Commissary, the patio, or the closet. I'll take the patio. So you'll give me gems. I don't have a shovel, do I? No, I don't. And that is a keycard door. I do not have a keycard. Alright, so I guess I'm going this way. Courtyard, library, or... Let's go courtyard. I have the gems for it. That's another keycard door. Okay, so what it's telling me is that I need to go find a keycard. Levels. I forgot to check the paintings again. It's fine. I'm gonna go back to the patio to get the dig spots anyways. A worthless old brick. Are there paintings in here I can look at? No, there are not. I dug up a turnip. Well, that's a pretty statue. A coin. Okay. That's fairly useful. No paintings I can look at, though, so I'm going back over here to whatever door isn't keycard locked. So that one's locked, so I need to go this way. Don't seem to be able to pick this door's locked. Then what's the point of the lockpick kit? Corridor, bedroom. I'll go corridor. This one is Tier and Tiger. Alright, so this one is G. What room am I in? I am in C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. C5 is G. Security, coat check, or nook. I'll go security because that I can get through the... No, I can't get through the keycard doors if I don't have a keycard is the issue. What's this? Plane and planet. What room am I in? I'm in C4. I have that already. Okay. I can turn the keycard doors off, but I would still need the utility room to actually get them unlocked. Keycard system settings, set security level low, and then change offline mode to unlocked. And then if I find the utility room, I can unlock these doors manually. The issue is that I don't have the utility room at the moment. But I guess that's what having multiple pass availables for. Did I check in here for paintings? There are no paintings in here. Dang it. Alright, let's see what's up here. Bedroom, darkroom, or commissary. I guess I'll go darkroom. I don't really have any other options. Oh, that made me jump. Void King, thank you for the follow. Oh, Alex Hucktail, thank you for the raid. Oh my goodness. I wasn't paying attention to chat. Hello. For those of y'all who don't know me, hi, I'm Melody Bear. I am a teddy bear VTuber. I do a lot of music and indie game-oriented stuff. Today I'm playing Blueprints, which is like almost like a roguelike puzzle box kind of a game. Or it's more of a roguelite than a roguelike. I was in a singing thing with you a while back. Yeah, you were in Ivy's concert, right? I want to say? Or were you in one of Brime's I've been in both. Oh, were you just streaming Blueprints too? I really do need to set up my my rage shout out in my streamer bot. Nice. I am how far in are you? Because I don't wanna like spoil something that's kind of major. Something good? Nope, that is a dead end. Lovely. Oh, but there's a magnifying glass here at least. Probably not far enough. Have you hit the antechamber yet? Is probably the more relevant question. Not opened it. Okay, then I will not say I will not say too much. I hit the antechamber and I got to the point of the antechamber and then I ran out of steps and I swear I am never going to hit the antechamber again. Like, I got there and then I ran out of steps and now I'm screwed because I'm never gonna hit the antechamber again. Alright, the pool, the nook, or the closet. Well, I have to go somewhere, so I guess I don't have the gems. No. Okay, please let there be a key card in here. Maybe. Nope, just a regular key. Dang it. Well, I think I'm soft locked then. It's never been more over. It has never been more over. Pool for the locker room so you can gamble. Yeah, good point, but I didn't have the gems to get it, and everything here is locked by keycard doors. And I don't have a key card. I'm stuck. I've been to it like 4 times, but not found the lever or got the right room to make the doorway there. Yeah, the issue with the antechamber is that there's 3 different doors, and each door has a lever, has its own lever in its own individual room. So there is, like, half the time I manage to get a lever, I can't get the path to the right door. Yeah, so like if I get the left lever, for example, then I get blocked off on the left side, or if I get the right lever, I get blocked off on the right side, and that sort of thing, and it's just kind of awful. Well, I guess I'm gonna start a new day. My struggle too. Yeah. I was so close to... The tricky thing about this game is that it's difficult to talk about it with people because even if they're on like a later day than you, there's no guarantee they've found all the same rooms or they've found all the same levers or all of that sort of thing. Like, I got incredibly lucky on day 5. Like, incredibly lucky. I got a lever room really early on. You should add a bald redeem. Maybe. I'm not actually sure how I would do that given that I don't have a toggle for it, but I probably could ask my, the person who rigged my model for a bald toggle, I guess. I'm pretty sure my head is very spherical, but... For no related reason, you used thick? I'm not quite getting what you mean by that. Hovel, root cellar, or special floor plans now cost additional steps instead of gems. I don't have enough steps as it is. I guess I'll go root cellar and hope and pray I get a shovel. Don't think there's anything in here. There's normally not anything in here. I mean, there's that, but... The program I use to do mine is... Oh, that makes more sense. I could probably set up a VTube Studio toggle and then just find a way to automatically toggle it through OBS. Or I can just toggle it when I get the redeem. Either way. I can figure it out, though. I've already been meaning to ask her. I have a redeem. I have a channel point redeem already where I take off my glasses for 2 minutes. Like, my actual glasses. And I've been meaning to ask her to find a way to set up a redeem so that my model's glasses go away, too. Alright, I've got my allowance. And then, dang, is everybody blind here? I mean, I ain't exactly blind. Actually, if there's any time I'm going to take off my glasses, it's probably best to do it while I'm streaming because I'm sitting, like, right in front of my monitor anyways. But, like, if I had to read something across the room without my glasses on, I could not do it. No matter how big the text is. Alright, let's go... Alright, so I messed up going right last time. Let's go left this time. Guest bedroom, corridor, or pantry. Extra coins are always good. My eyes suck as well. Negative 4.5 in both. And 20/20 vision, and by that I mean I haven't checked. I just have the slightest stigmatism. I don't need glasses for anything other than focusing on things, but they said just for screens, really. That's fair. I am pretty nearsighted. I don't actually remember what my prescription is off the top of my head. My eyes aren't horrible, but they aren't great. But I have this thing called monofixation syndrome, where I can only actively use one of my eyes at a time. So my depth perception is real messed up. Alright, paintings. So that is star and stare. Okay. Also, yes, more VTubers I can make bald. Alright, what room am I in? I have a spreadsheet for clues. I mean, I was going to do paper notes, and then I realized that paper notes are not very practical for if I need to be, paper notes are not very practical if I need to be flipping through several pages of them at once, so instead I have a spreadsheet open. And so I have one spreadsheet for each room and one spreadsheet for each position, and so I document any clues that I find based on room and based on their position in the house. Because there are some things that don't seem to be consistent between rooms, but seem to be consistent by positions. So, like, if you look here, I have, like, letters across the top and numbers down the side. So, like, the library where I am right now is A2, or not A2, B2. So, like, there's things that aren't always in the library. There's things that, like, the library is not always here, obviously. But there are things that aren't consistent across what room it is, but they are consistent across the location. So, like, in this case, for B2, it's, I is what I'm looking for, I think. Yeah. So organized. You will for sure finish this before me. I am, like... It's not really min-maxing because I'm still not very good at, like, calculating the odds of it. But I also have the short-term memory of a goldfish. So I have to write this stuff down or else I would be so lost. The other puzzle game I'm playing right now is Lorelei and the Laser Eyes. And it's sort of similar in structure to this. There's no roguelike elements, but it is essentially a big puzzle box. And that one I took paper notes for, and I realized how disorganized it was, so I came up with my spreadsheet system. Alright, EPCW Pump System User Manual. The ECPW pump system, or EPCW pump system, is engineered specifically for the luxury requirements of today's indoor, in-ground swimming pool and spa. The EPCW system is also expandable, allowing you to use multiple pumps to control the water flow and volume to several different designated tanks and aquatic house features, be it an aquarium, fountain, or good old-fashioned swimming pool. Wait a second. Does that mean I can mess with the water levels in the fountain? I'm a hop off. Good luck with the run. Oh yeah, bye. Have a good day. Thank you for stopping by. I am on the old paper system. Yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with paper notes. I am just way too, like, inherently disorganized to not use an overly organized system, if that makes any sense. Also, Alux or Ilux? Is it Alux or Ilux? I want to make sure I'm saying it right. If you've been streaming for, I think you said, like, 5 hours, if you need to go eat something or, like, get some water or go to bed, then... Alux, okay. You don't get to look as insane with the digital system, though. That's fair. Yeah, but if you've been streaming for, like, 5 hours, like you said you have been, if you need to go eat something or if you need to just run, please feel free to. You don't need to stay here. I know how exhausting it is. I probably shouldn't stay for the sake of spoilers too, but I wish you luck. Thank you. And also thank you for the raid again. Water control panel. Whether you're using a single tank system or an array of pumps, the water control panel serves as a central hub to your EPCW system. The panel is fitted with a number of buttons equal to your own home's needs, one button for each different water source on the estate. The function is simple. Press a button to select the water source you would like to adjust. For example, if you wish to drain or fill your pool, simply press the button labeled Pool. Regardless of the number of pumps or water sources being used, water can only be adjusted from a source if its corresponding button is selected. After you have selected a source using the water control panel, the next step is to set the pump associated with that source to pump either in or out. Oh, hydrate. Good idea. Thank you. I am out of water. I took a break not too long ago to get more water. I don't know how I'm out already. I'll be fine for another half hour or so, probably. This will initiate water flow to from one of your supply tanks. A pump may be connected to more than one tank, allowing you to store and retrieve even more water, recommended for cleaning larger Olympic-sized pools. In these cases, the tank a pump is using can be changed by a simple flip of a switch. Quick start guide. Use water control panel to select water source. Use pump lever to set water flow direction. Oh, that's it. Okay. That seems useful if I ever manage to get the pump room. Too much hydration, don't explode. Fair. Alright, so we're going this way. Laundry room, conference room, or wine cellar? Wine cellar would be useful, but I don't want to put... Actually, no, I'm not exactly putting myself at a dead end. I'm just blocking off the one corner. And I still need to get a shovel. Why are you turned to the side? Alright, so I need to keep an eye out for a knight statue or a suit of armor with the head to the side. Let me write that down. Let's see. Okay. Wine cellar. Look for a knight statue or suit of armor. Let's see, what else is in here? Well, there's a dig spot. This is plane and plan. I think I already have this room written down. Or this position written down. No, I do not. That one is an E. Okay, these, the fact that I'm taking note of these paintings is part of a bigger, like, very large-scale puzzle. So, if you don't want to be too spoiled on that, then I'm sorry. This one is... crowbar and... Oh! It's pray and pry. Didn't realize there was that much thought put into the game. I have been puzzling over this for like 3 days. Alex, are you still here? If you are, I won't spoil it, but if you aren't, then I can go into a little bit more detail. Church crowbar. Oh, yeah. Alright, so I am going to go into a little bit of detail on this then. So, the paintings, they represent 2 words. And depending on the words, they should have 1 letter difference. And that letter corresponds with the position of the room on your map. So, like, this one is... I mentioned it earlier, like, this one is B1, because it's column B, row 1. And when you put all of the when you take note of each 1 letter difference and you put them all together, they spell out a message. So far, the only word I have is safes. Like, so far the only complete word I have is this bottom row, which spells out safes. So, like, each one represents a word. So in this case, the hands represent pray, and the crowbar represents pry. And so the 1 letter difference is an A. Or, like, if you go into the entrance hall, you have... They can be a little bit tricky. So, like, the entrance hall, for example, is face, because a queen is a face card, and ace. The like, what's the word? Like, the, oh, is exactly what I did when I figured it out first. Rotunda can rotate. I don't want to spend that many gems. mean, that's cool and all, but I do not want to spend that many gems. Not this early on. Or like this one is bridge and bride. Alright, what's this? Coupon book. Save 1 coin on each purchase you make. Nice. Kitchen. Let's go den. Then I think I've already taken note of everything in here. Bat and bath. So this one is, what room is this? This is, D2. So D2 is tea. Bat and bath, yeah. Let's go this way. Security. Sure. I can afford to spend 1 gem for a little bit of extra. Plus, this means that I can turn the number of keycard doors down, which is very useful. View estate inventory. Alright, so I haven't missed anything. Keycard system settings, security level, security level low. Enter. Offline mode should be unlocked. And that way, if I come across the utility room, I can shut off power to the door, to the keycard doors, and they'll automatically unlock. Okay. Which way? Let's go this way. Laboratory or coat check? I'll go coat check. I don't have anything checked right now, but that seems like it will be useful for later. Greenhouse, no, because that locks my northern progression. So I'll go courtyard instead. Oh, I got a sledgehammer. Hammer! That sounds super helpful. It is. I've got to be honest, I'm more familiar with this game by default because I played all of the, like, every stage of the demo. Like, every time they released an updated demo, I played it. So I wasn't starting entirely from scratch when I started the full version. So I don't want to be, like, misleading in that I'm picking up on things fast or anything like that, because I'm really not. Chapel, bedroom, or storeroom? Bedroom. Doing fine on keys and gems and stuff. No items, no coins, no gems, no nothing. Nope. So this is your bread and butter then. Yeah. And I love puzzle games. Like, puzzle games are probably 80% of what I stream. Alright, this one is a chart and a cart, I think. I forgot to pay attention to the one in the bedroom. Dang it. Alright, this one is chart and cart. Alright, so this is, what is this room? This is D, 1, 2, 3, 4. D5 is H. So D, 2, 3, 4, 5 is H. Okay. I don't want to go up. I want to see what's... This is somewhere I can comfortably put a dead end, but I don't want to use my only key if I don't have to. Dang it. I'm gonna have to use my only key. I jinxed it. Alright. Let's go... Since this is somewhere I can comfortably put a dead end, I'm gonna go here and hope I get a storeroom. Alright, come on. Come on. Work with me here, please. Storeroom or a locksmith? Locksmith is much more useful. A special key is 8, but I can get 1 key. Did did that not? Oh. Oh, I did get the key. And then that is a match and a tree. Huh. Match and a tree. How many uses does a lockpick kit have? I don't think it has a set number of uses on it, but it does have it. It's not guaranteed to unlock a door. I think it's like a 25% failure chance to unlock a door. All right, a tree and a match. Those are pretty good odds, yeah, but I don't have the coins for it right now. And I'm gonna need a key to progress forward. The real tricky thing about the painting puzzle is that the same painting doesn't always mean the same word. Like, for example, this tree painting has been both tree in one room and pine in a different room. And neither of those work with a match or a flame or anything like that, so there's a good chance that this stands for another one entirely. That the tree is another word entirely. Match, flame, fire, and fern, maybe? No, because those don't match. Stick. Light and pine, tree, evergreen. Huh. I don't know. I think... I don't know. I honestly might just write both words down. Fire and fern might be it, but there should only be one letter difference, and there's not. Flame and something, maybe? Tree, pine. I don't know. Huh. I think what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna write them both down in my spreadsheet, and then I can hopefully... So that way I remember what the clues are for each room. But I don't need to, like, figure it out now. I can write it down for later. All right, let's hope this goes somewhere good. Kitchen, parlor, chapel. I guess if there's any time to do the chapel, it's now, since I don't have too many coins to lose. Please don't be locked. Locked. Dang it. All right, come on. Oh, that one's unlocked. Okay. A closet might give me a key, but might not. Thought I had something with timber and cinder, but once again, not one letter. Yeah. Some of them are real tricky. Alright, so I can either do the commissary, but then I don't have any... I can do the commissary, but I won't have any coins. Or I can do the closet, which might give me a key, but might not. You know what? I'm not gonna waste a gem on the chance of them... Nope. Nope, nothing. Okay. So I guess I'm going back down to the courtyard. There's things in here. That is a coat and a coast. Like, some of them just click for me and some of them don't. Alright, so what room is this? This is E... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. E6 is S. Okay. And then certain special rooms just don't have paintings in them, which is... There's a bishop in here. I should take note of that. So, chapel has a bishop. I think the chess pieces are part of another large-scale puzzle because I found several rooms that have them. But again, they change with the room location, so I'm not entirely sure what it is, like, how I'm supposed to apply it. Because I can't apply it on a grid like I can with the paintings. Okay, this has paintings in it. I've got a tent, and a 10. So that's T. What is this? This is E5. So E5 is T. GHT. Okay, so heading back down this way. And then if I don't get something in the courtyard, I'm entirely blocked. So I really hope I get something in the courtyard. Come on. Walk-in closet, storeroom, or corridor. Corridor it is. Just because it gets me somewhere. Right, there's another painting in here. That is a clock and a lock. I think I've already seen that one. It's D3. Yeah, I have D3 written down already. Commissary or storeroom. I'm gonna have to redraw. Drawing room. Well, drawing room it is, I guess. Which is a waste of a drawing room because it blocks off one of the doors, but I'll have to do. Alright, so that is a road and a rod. So this is, what room is this? This is C3 is A. Alright, and then we are going this way. Be something good, please. Billiard room. Boudoir, gymnasium. I'll go billiard room, because that'll at least get me... That'll get me at least something from the puzzle. A stage and a plant. Huh. I'm gonna go ahead and solve the puzzle here before I try and think about that too hard. Six. 4 over 2 is 2. Wait. Oh, it's 4 times 2. 4 times 2 is 8. Alright, 19 minus 9 is 10, times 2 is 20. Divided by 2. That one's divided by. Alright, so 6. 4 times 2 is 8. 19 minus 9 is 10. Over 2 is 5. 7 minus 3 is 4. Times 10 is 40. Over 2 is 20. Keycard. Okay. That's not awful. Now I gotta figure out what's going on with these, though. Alright. Plant and a stage. Maybe it's theater and something? What do I even do here? I'm just gonna write this one down and move on as well. So that one is a plant and a stage. Or a branch and something, maybe? A branch and a... No. Moving on. Commissary, Dark room or parlor? Let's go parlor. I don't want to spend the gem if I don't have to. I like this puzzle. This puzzle, like, is... I get this puzzle. Right, that one is coat and caught. So this one is an A as well. What room is this? This is B4 is A. The gems are in a box that is actually blue. That's blank. The gems are in a box with the word blue on it. Okay, so one of you has to be lying. So, assuming the gems are not in the empty box, which I don't think they are because it doesn't say anything about the empty box. Oh, sorry, ad break. Sorry, I didn't catch that in time. It should just run for like half a second, so hopefully I can talk through it. I mean, I can talk about solving the puzzle while the ad break goes, I guess. The gems are in a box with the word blue on it, and the gems are in a box with the word that is actually blue. Okay. Oh, this one has a black pawn in here. Sage and stage! Thank you! Deep in the heart of Texas came in clutch. Sage and stage. Okay. So then that one is a T. Okay. So this puzzle, or this room has a black pawn in it. I should take note of that. What room is this? This is the parlor? I am like 80% sure there's got to be a chessboard puzzle somewhere in here. Or somewhere in this house, but I haven't actually found it yet. I've just found the pieces. So the parlor has a black pawn. We are so back. Yeah. Yes, we are. Okay, so this puzzle. The gems are in a box that is actually blue, and the gems are in a box with the word blue on it. Okay. So assuming you're lying, that means the gems have to be in this box. But that would mean you're lying as well. So that means you have to be true, meaning that you're lying. So the gems are in a box that has the word blue on it but isn't blue, meaning that they're in this box. Did I not grab the... Oh, I did grab the thing. Yes! Okay. That's something. Utility closet breaker box. Dang it! And I'm locked. Soft locked again. I guess I'm going the office, I guess. Okay, so that is a pilot and a garden. An orchard, maybe? An orchard and something? Oh, upgrade disc. I will gladly take that. Courtyard. Okay. Courtyard data has been found on this upgrade disc. You will now have the chance to permanently enhance this room to one of 3 different upgraded floor plans. Courtyard plus 2 gems, courtyard 5 dig spots, or corridor courtyard is always left unlocked. What are the paintings again? They're like a pilot dude, like a guy in a pilot outfit and a box with trees in it, which I'm assuming is meant to be a garden. Or maybe an orchard? I will go always left unlocked. That seems valuable. All right, so what else is there here? There is the terminal. There's a note on the desk. The antechamber lever in the greenhouse is broken again. I don't think there's enough time to put in another work order before Simon arrives, so just make sure the west and east levers are operational. Okay, I already knew the south lever was in the greenhouse, so that's not a huge reveal, but it is. What is this? Bridget, please check if any books matching these titles are available for purchase in Reddington. Flight of the Queen, March of the Count, Fall of the Lord, Passing of the Barons, Herrings of the Major. Had a little trouble reading the Baron's writing, so I'm not sure if the last title is intended to be hearings or herrings. But knowing Herbert, I suspect either would be sustainable. Or suitable, not sustainable. Does that mean that that's literally a red herring? Alright, so March of the Count. Okay. What did that do? That did something. I hear it doing something. Oh. There is that a queen or a king? Either way, there is a chess piece in the office. The paintings. Yes, the paintings are what looks like a pilot or maybe an explorer. And this, like, box with trees in it. King, he's got the cross. Okay. Alright, so the office has a king. Alright. So, since this note was found in a March of the Count. Okay. So maybe I have to find how many statues there are of... This guy looks like he would be a count. He looks like... He's got, like, Dracula hair. I don't know why, but... Maybe I have to find how many statues there are of the count in here? 2, 3. Or there's this guy. 1... Okay, so... It looks like this guy's the only one there's multiples of. So that is 3. March of the Count. So would it be 3-3 or 0-3-0-3? An aviator and a box of trees. Yeah. All right. So would this be... All right. So it might be 3-3. That's not long enough. Okay. So what if it's 0-3? 0-3. Oh, that worked. Heck yeah. 8. I think that says 8. Or it says infinity, but I don't know why there would be a letter numbered infinity. I mean, aviary and, I guess, topiary come to mind, but Alex was super stuck on that. Wait a second. Are they all dates? Because the other safe I've got is also a date. The code was also a date. March 3rd. Yep. Dear Mr. Sinclair, thank you for promptly answering all of our demands not involving the police and allowing this unfortunate transaction to transpire as smoothly as one could hope. And while I'm guessing you had hoped to never hear from us again once we had given you back the envelopes, we felt that one final red letter of our own was merited given the circumstances. Hopefully, you will not be as careless with this missive as you were with the others. Correspondence this incriminating should be kept in safes, not desk drawers. Let's first put your apprehensions aside, as I'm sure another red envelope is the last thing you expected to find on your desk this week. No, we are not making more demands, and no, we do not have copies of the other letters. You were already more than generous and accommodating, and the least we can do is fulfill our end of the bargain. So why write to you at all? Why incriminate ourselves further if we already have what we want? In a word, principles. After reading your eloquent reply to our initial note, it became apparent to us that there had been a few misunderstandings. This letter is intended to clarify some of these points, and hopefully will place our schemes in a softer light. First, we may have gotten too excited with the colorful language of blackmail, but our goal was never to terrorize. Despite what you may believe you interpreted as thinly veiled threats towards your young nephew, I want to personally assure you there was never any tangible danger. If we gave any impression we would hurt the youngster, it was meant only in the vague sense of hurting his social prospects. And yes, while we admit that our word choices might be questionable, enough so that it would be reasonable to accuse us of being intentionally misleading, we hope you believe us when we tell you that this was not a calculated ploy to elicit payment. However, as payment has been received, there is nothing to be gained by scrutinizing the questionable ethics that were employed in our extortion of those funds. Little defense can be mustered on that score. Additionally, any judgmental tone you may have detected when we discussed the content of your stolen letters was entirely unintended. We want it on record that we do not consider ourselves superior to you and your family in any way, and are in fact entirely sympathetic to the underlying cause that the letters pertain to. And you thought this letter couldn't get more incriminating for us. Again, we feel guilty as sin, and only time will tell if the financial recompense will outweigh our culpability. Even though you will never hear from us again, we hope this parting letter will result in you thinking of us and our dealings, if not favorably, at least sympathetically. Sorry for the inconvenience. Forever Anonymous X. Okay, so there is a lot that's gone down between that letter and the other letter I have. Because the other letter I have doesn't say anything about blackmail, or even insinuate it for that matter. Commissary, I still don't have any gems, but that's the only progression room I can get, so. Or, not gems, okay, this one's easy. That's Tyr and Tiger. What room am I in? I am in C5. We love blackmail. Gets so much done around these parts. I mean, I suppose it is probably fairly effective, although generally kind of illegal. Alright, so that one is a G. Okay. Let's at least see what's on sale. Nothing I can buy because I don't have any coins. Ah. Well. I guess that's that. I will call it a day in the planetarium so I can get the extra stars. But yeah, that is about it. Okay, what is... So if I get 2 stars, then that'll bring me up to 9. So I'll miss the key. No. Because then the next one will bring me up to 10. So I may actually not want to call it a day in here. I mean, I don't think having more stars can be bad in the long run, but it does mean that I miss the key constellation, and I miss the constellation that'll get me more rooms with doors. It'll skip me pretty much straight to 10. I think more stars can't hurt in the long run, but it will hurt in the short run, I think. It'll hurt my next run. So if I'm going to call it a day, it's not going to be in here. I will instead go all the way back to the den, check out the one last room I can access, and then figure it out from there, I guess. Make sure I pay attention to the paintings. Alright, I got that one already. I got that one as clock and lock. I got that one already. No paintings in the courtyard. Yes, and then this is the direction I want to go. Oh, there's the code check. I forgot I had the code check. Now the real question is, what do I check? Probably the key card. The key card's probably my best option here. Alright, exit. And then I got the letter for this one already. Security has a knight in it as well. I didn't write that down. Security has a knight. Security has a knight. Okay, so far I've found 3 pawns, 2 knights, a bishop, and a king. Let me double check my house inventory. Or estate inventory, excuse me. There's one gem that I missed somewhere. But that's not going to be helpful at all, since I'm soft-locked in terms of progression anyways. Did I get the letter for here? What room is this? This is E2. So car and cart. Okay. Alright, so into the den. And then I can check out this door, and that's my last vault, walk-in closet, or dining room. Well, I guess walk-in closet might at least get me a shovel. Well, it got me a key, a gem, or 2 gems and a salt shaker, so nothing particularly useful. Alright. There's a pawn in here as well. Although that one's like notably a black pawn. Walk in closet has a black pawn. Alright, so I've found 2 black pawns and 2 white pawns then. This one has a tree and a pin. Pin and pine. That one's an E. I have that already. Okay. Alright, well, I suppose that is pretty much everything I can do. Oh, this has a rook in it. That's not a pawn, that's a rook. There's a rook in the nook. In which case, I've only found 1 white pawn. Well, I mean, I guess I have time to double check these rooms for chess pieces or paintings. So no chess pieces in here. And then the paintings is, I already figured that one out. Alright, chess pieces in here, maybe? Nothing here. Let me check the upstairs area. I'm getting kind of tired. I might have to finish upstream after I finish this in-game day. So no chess pieces up here. In that case, I have got one more place to check. Not there. This way. Down here. Thought I might be able to interact with the bottle, but no luck. Alright, so nothing left in here either. I will have to just go ahead and call it a day. I didn't do horrible, but I still didn't make it up to the antechamber. Alright, I'm gonna save and quit. think I'm going to wrap up for today. Give me a second to look and see if I have someone to raid. Is anyone I'm following streaming? Oh, Pear Doll is playing Dungeons and Dragons. I think I will go ahead and raid her, if that's okay with y'all. The raid that never ends. I mean, I guess that's the ideal, is just a raid that never ends. But yeah, thank you all so much for stopping by today. I stream on Tuesday and Thursday at 4 p.m. MST if you want to stop by again. Or Sunday, I'm streaming at 12:30 p.m. MST. If you want to stop by again. Otherwise, you can feel free to join my Discord. The link is down in my panels, or follow me on, I guess, any other social media. And I hope I'll see you again soon. Bye. Mountain time. Mountain time. I am, in fact, a bear who lives in the mountains. Let me go ahead and start the raid. That's important. Start the raid. Alright, and yeah, I hope I'll see you all again soon. Bye.